So I began in supply chain management, and during my first two co-ops, I started to notice that I was spending a lot of my time really making improvements in the efficiency of my work and my processes. And as I got into some of my MIS coursework, I started to really see that coming forward as really kind of one of the major benefits of good information management within companies. And so I decided to start using that as kind of a secondary focus within my business education.
After my first co-op, I ended up realizing that although my co-op was in marketing, the thing that interested me the most about my job was how technology was used in the workplace and the processes that could be improved upon through revision and working more towards efficiency. And so I was more interested in going into courses that involved information technology and how they were used in the workplace.
Technology is such a crucial part of every industry and every job that I want to make sure that I really had a good understanding of technology and what it means to a business before I went out and got a real job and was in the real world.
Well, I chose MIS because I knew that I had a passion for technology coming into college, and my family has a family business at home, so I wanted to share the technology and the business aspect that Northeastern offered with the MIS program, and wanted to take that further into my career. And doing more research before coming here, I realized that was a perfect program for me, and I haven't turned back since.
When I was looking at co-ops, I looked at 3 different areas that I think describe what you can do with the information management concentration. The first was information systems auditing. The second was business systems analyst positions. And the third was help desk positions. And I ended up leaning towards the information systems auditing area because I was interested in how information is kept secure and how companies protect their financial reports and things like that from fraud and tampering.
So on my last co-op, I really took the very concrete business needs of the company, and having a supply chain background really lent itself, I think, to understanding what the company was looking for in terms of managing their logistics processes. But it was really the concepts I had learned in my data management in the enterprise course in my MIS concentration that was able to translate some of the business requirements into these technical needs to get a proposal out to some developers that were then able to create a system for the company.
Well, at my first co-op, I was actually an internal audit position, and within the company, I realized that one of their processes could have been much more efficient. And in realizing that, I actually employed the MIS framework in thinking, what are the business needs? What resources do we have? And then how can I actually implement those resources or combine those resources and the technology that was available and actually meet those business needs. So that was something that I really enjoyed, and again, in the process focus.
I was able to utilize this knowledge of MIS on co-op by using what I learned in the classroom in helping build information systems as well as doing a lot of data analytics.
I say that it absolutely hits every single one of these other departments because there are systems that are used within a company, and really, tying together all of this information is where you can reduce human error and actually reduce human interaction with the data, and therefore, you're improving the time, you're cutting out costs, unnecessary costs in terms of time and human capital. And really, I think a lot of these core functions of business, by integrating them together, you're able to now look at data on a grander scale and really develop core business results.
The way I think of information management is if you picture the CEO of a company as the brain, information management is the nervous system of a company. And I think it's very important to all processes. So going from finance to marketing, you always have communication of different types of information in terms of budgetary requirements and sales figures and everything else, and that's how information management interacts in a company.
Going into my first co-op, I really would have liked to have a better understanding of the different ways MIS was used in a business and the actual opportunities that were available for MIS co-ops and careers moving forward, because then I think I would have been able to better understand what my options were when looking for a first co-op, and I think I could have really used that knowledge to tailor my search to something I was really interested in.
I think absolutely the biggest misconception is that you have to be an IT whiz and you need to understand and want to do programming when you get into MIS. It's really more, understanding the needs of a company and using technology to serve these needs. So it's very important for students to know that by both developing your overall business background, that will really benefit you in an MIS role, because you need to really understand what accounting needs, finance needs, supply chain needs the company has, and then to be able to use kind of a bit of your technical background to go into what is available in the market right now. Can we have something built? Can we find something as a software, as a service on the web? How can we utilize kind of the existing tools that are available to then satisfy the needs of the business? Whereas it's not you specifically programming, but you generally will have other people, computer science people, that are actually the ones carrying out those technical tasks.
I think that it's a good way of phrasing it, because information really is at the forefront of this concentration. We're really talking about how to manage information in a business, and to put that as the key word in the phrase really helps to emphasize that point.
Well, I think that the term management information systems implies that a lot of the systems are just used in management and within kind of the upper levels of the hierarchy in business. Whereas I believe that a lot of the concepts I've learned in my courses really focus on, again, as I mentioned before, technology isn't the silver bullet. There's really, underlying business processes that can be enhanced by using technology. And I think that, by calling it something like information management, you're really getting at that core point that you're managing all of the information within a company, and you're actually, taking data and converting it into this useful information that can drive business results.